Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and today I have an extreme warning for you. Be careful. Be careful. There is extreme market volatility right now. People who have been trading for over 40 years say they have never seen anything like this before. I've been trading for over 20 years, and I can tell you I've never seen anything like this before either. Although Informed Trades did put out a video earlier today reminding me of the Volkswagen Infinity squeeze where VOW stock went up from $187 to $912 in one day. And guess when that happened? 2008, in the midst of the financial crisis. And now we're seeing the same thing again. Now, what goes up must come down. And I'm not just talking about Gme and AMC. I'm talking about the entire market. Some people I know sold everything today and went 100% cash. Now, if you are risk adverse and the thought of losing money scares you, you might want to consider doing the same thing. While everybody was focused on the short squeezes today, the market went down over 2%. And at one point it was down another 1% after hours. All of the big companies that reported earnings today are tanking, including Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, all of them. Now, I want to be clear. I do not think that we are going to get a market crash, but I do think a market correction started today. A market correction is when the market goes down between 10% and 20%. And based upon the technicals, I am predicting anywhere from a 9% to a 23% drop over the next month. Of course, Larry Jones called the upcoming market correction healthy, and he's right. So don't panic, just be careful. I would recommend that you keep a large portion of your portfolio in cash right now. And I'm not the only one saying this. Ken and Grace said it today too. He told his viewers to hold cash. Now, Ken and Grace recommended that you hold 8 to 10% cash. I'm actually going to recommend that you hold a little bit more than that. But guys, look, I was up 75% today. I'm now up 200% in the past 3.5 weeks. But I'm not dancing. I'm not effing dancing. If you don't get that reference, go watch The Big Short. Great movie. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and put a link to the scene from The Big Short down in the description below. I think it perfectly sums up what is about to happen in the market. Now, not to the same extent as the 2007 financial crash, because we're going to get a market correction, not a market crash, but still, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. And after the correction is over, a lot of people are going to make a lot of money. And of course, we want to be the people that make a lot of money. So we want cash now so that after the market correction comes and everything is really cheap, we can go on a shopping spree. Now, I will still be buying and selling stocks over the next few weeks, but I will be keeping a much larger portion of my portfolio in cash than I have been over the past month. Okay, now that you've been warned, let's get into today's stock picks. But real fast, I know some of you were freaking out today because your brokerage app crashed and you couldn't log in to trade. I heard it happen to Thinkorswim, Robinhood, and many others. But you know what didn't crash today? Webull. So if you want to access the markets on high volume days like today, and you want to use an app that doesn't crash, I suggest you open an account with Webull. And for the next few days, if you open an account using my link in the description below, Webull is going to give you 4 free stocks worth up to $3,700 when you deposit $100. So switch to a reliable broker and take advantage of the 4 free stock promotion that Webull is offering viewers of this channel by signing up using my link in the description below. All right, for those of you guys who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 15 YouTubers. I then compile all of my analysis into a daily video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch one video each day and you will get every single stock pick from the top 15 YouTubers. And all I ask in return is that you hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Okay, I just want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is purely for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you're wondering, I'm currently using the Webull desktop app for these videos, and I know the tickers are a little bit hard to see, so if you want to look in the description, I have all of the tickers that I'm talking about today listed in the description so you guys can follow along. All right, let's get started with today's stock picks. First up is Aapl. Aapl. Ken and Grace likes Aapl for a long-term hold. Regarding earnings, I will tell you that Apple beat on earnings and did in fact have their first $100 billion quarter, which is insane. They also have their first EV planned, so there are some good long-term catalysts on Aapl. Because I am predicting a market correction, I'm going to maintain my buy-under price of $135 and my ideal buying price of $115. Next up is ALLY. This is Ally Financial. Chris Sain said it is time to cut your losses on ALLY. That is especially true if you bought the call option that he recommended. Next up is AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. The short squeeze happened today. I don't know where it will go from here, and I don't care. For me, this plays over. I sold my AMC. I sold 50% pre-market, and I sold the remaining 50% at market open. That's the thing about these trades. Buy low, sell high, and don't get greedy. Don't try to chase, because the people who bought this at market close for $19 are going to get burned. AMC was down 41% after hours at one point, so don't chase. Get in early, and if you miss it, don't worry about it. Just look for another opportunity. There are over 7,000 stocks you can trade. Don't get caught up on any one stock. You need to always be asking yourself, what's next? You want to get in before they have the big run-up in price. You don't want to buy these stocks after they are already up 200% or 300%. Stockmo warned that these can go down at any time and that they can go down just as fast as they went up, and he's right. So be careful. Next up is Aqms. This is Aqua Metals. They are a lead recycling company. Aqms was down 11% today, and Richard Allen said it is at a steep discount right now. Now, the biggest concern Richard Allen gets when he mentions Aqms is that lead is a dying industry. But in the investor presentation Aqua Metals did today, they said that annual lead acid battery sales were expected to nearly double to $84 billion by 2025. So it's actually a growing industry. Technically, it looks like it might be forming a bull flag, so go watch Richard Allen's video on Aqms because this could be a good long-term penny stock to buy and hold. Next up is BABA. This is Alibaba. They're China's largest e-commerce company. They're comparable to Amazon in the United States. Zip Trader said BABA is still a good buy, and he sees it going back to all-time highs of $319. Next up is BB. This is BlackBerry. Stockmo explained that BB is another stock the Wall Street bets is causing a short squeeze on, but this one went up a little slower, so we're not seeing that same large run-up like we saw in GME. Next up is Bngo. This is Bionanogenomics. They're a genomic structural variants testing machine manufacturer. My financial friend let us know that ARK Invest released their big ideas for 2021 yesterday. And guess what stock was included? Bngo. That's right. ARK Invest included Bngo in their big ideas for 2021 presentation. Now granted, there was literally one sentence in their entire 115-page presentation that mentioned Bngo, but that is still more positivity than we've gotten publicly from ARK Invest so far. So based upon such small mention, my financial friend does not think that ARK Invest is going to be buying Bngo right now. But if ARK Invest continues to talk about Bngo, and ARK Invest does start buying Bngo, then we can expect Bngo to go up in price quite a bit. For now, let's just wait and be patient for the sell-off in Bngo to finish, because we are getting close to our buy-under price of $10. Ken and Grace also said that the short squeezes are sucking money from the market, which is why Bngo and just about every other stock was down today. Ken and Grace also mentioned the ARK Invest Big Ideas presentation and said the presentation is huge news. Also, another analyst gave Bngo a $14 price target today. Although my buy-under price is $10, Ken and Grace gave a buy-under price of $11, and I think that's fine too, especially if you were doing a long-term hold. Next up is Cciv. This is a SPAC rumored to be merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is an American EV company and a competitor to Tesla. Larry Jones says he doubled down on CCIV today. I will tell you that I also reopened my position on CCIV today after selling it Monday. Remember, the name of the game is to buy low and sell high. So when a stock is beat down like CCIV was today, that is when you want to buy. Next up is CLII. This is a SPAC and they are merging with Evgo. Evgo is the nation's largest fast-charging EV station company. This is a competitor to ChargePoint, currently under SPAC symbol SBE. ZipTrader has a price target on CLII of $30 to $35, but he does not see this as a fast runner. Instead, ZipTrader thinks it will take CLII a few months to get to his price target. Next up is CRSR. This is Corsair Gaming. Smart Trader is watching this to see if it is going to break out to the upside. If it can open Thursday above $43, it will most likely move higher, possibly as high as $50. But if it falls below $40, you should cut your losses. Now in this trade, it looks like this would work best as a day trade. You might be able to swing trade it also, but it looks a little risky for that. So if you're looking for a potential day trade, I would put CRSR on your watch list. Next up is EXPR. This is Express and they're a clothing retailer. There are so many short squeezes going on right now that I missed this one. Sorry guys. StockMo let us know about EXPR this morning after it had already gone up, and it was too late to trade it. The traveling trader did mention EXPR over the weekend, and I told you about it, but I just didn't realize this was going to be a short squeeze at that time. Next up is FCEL. This is Fuel Cell Energy. They're a renewable energy company. Ken and Grace mentioned FCEL today and gave the same price target as Chris Sain. Ken and Grace gave a buy-under price of $23 and an ideal buy-in price of $17. That ideal buy-in price is pretty close to Chris Sain's buy-under price of $16. And just know that all of my personal buy-under prices are going to be low right now because I do not want anybody getting burned by a market correction. That said, both Chris Sain and Ken and Grace gave FCEL a price target of $30, which represents a 39% upside from today's closing price. Next up is Gme Gamestop. Yes, I know Gme is going crazy right now, but like I said yesterday, this is a gamble. And guess what? Some people make money gambling. Some people make a lot of money gambling, but most people lose money gambling. So just keep that in mind. Of course, everybody is talking about the stock. Billionaires are trading Gme, but at some point, it is going to fall hard. And when it does, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. Now, Informed Trades mentioned Gme today. He compared Gme to TSLA. Tesla once had major short sellers too, and they eventually backed down. But Gme doesn't really have any big catalysts coming up, and that is why short sellers are not backing down. So that's why this has gone up as much as it has. Now, I need to warn you that there are discussions on Wall Street Bets that they are getting ready to dump Gme. And my financial friend is right. It's all fun and games right now, but as soon as it starts to fall, people are going to get destroyed. Now, I don't know what Gme is going to do tomorrow. It could go to $1,000 or it could go to $30. It's unpredictable in the short term, which is why this is gambling. All of that said, if you want to understand more about how this whole short squeeze thing works, Dead Inside posted a video today called GameStop Short Squeeze Explained, and you can watch that for an explanation. Also, StockMo warned that there were a lot of fake tweets that were being posted with completely made up news and completely made up GameStop tweets. So be careful and always research tweets further because people will use Twitter to manipulate the market. Next up is INO. Smart Trader said INO is a short squeeze candidate. It has a high short float of somewhere between 30% and 40%. Now technically it did bounce off the 200-day moving average, but it broke out of the falling wedge on the weekly chart. So combine that with a high short float, and Smart Trader says this could explode with or without a short squeeze. Now remember when I said you need to find the plays that have not yet run up? Well, this is one of them. Just be careful and wait for confirmation before buying. Smart Trader says that if this can hold $11 or higher at open, then it will bounce back up and go over $13.50 and eventually to $18, and possibly even as high as $30. But if it opens below $11, then it will most likely sell off. So if you buy it, I would recommend you set a stop loss slightly below $11, say around $10.75 or $10.50. Regarding how long to hold it, it looks like this would work best as a swing trade. So set a price target and then sell once it hits your price target. And if you get stopped out, don't worry about it. Next up is Lpcn. This is Lpcn, and they're a pharmaceutical company. Mcash mentioned Lpcn this morning. They have 5 drugs in their pipeline. 1 is in phase 3, 3 are in phase 2, and 1 is in phase 1. With 4 drugs in phase 2 and phase 3 trials, this stock could explode if those trials are successful. I know the stock is up quite a bit from when Informed Trades mentioned it last week, but it's still down a lot from its high. And with so much long-term potential on this company, I think this would make a great penny stock to hold long-term. I will tell you that I did buy the stock today. We are also seeing a dip today that bounced nicely off the upward trend line, so the technicals look good too. If you want more information, please watch Mcash's video that he uploaded Wednesday morning. Next up is Macy's. Chris Sain says that you should have sold him today when it got above his price target of $20 intraday. Now, for those of you who can't watch the market all day, you can place a limit sell order for $20 on your stock. Then when the price reaches $20, your stock will sell without you even having to watch it. Next up is MARA. This is a Bitcoin miner, and ZipTrader thinks MARA will continue to have an overall upward direction, but said you do have to have a very strong stomach to handle the short-term volatility if you're going to trade this. Next up is Spce. This is a SPAC and they're merging with ChargePoint. ZipTrader said Spce tends to run up going into the merger, and he would expect some pre-anticipatory run-up going into the merger, but said you should sell before the merger. Next up is SOL. This is Rena Sola. They're a solar energy company. ZipTrader said that it is hard to find a good deal on renewable energy stocks right now, but thanks to the recent downturn, once SOL bottoms out after it falls another 5 to 15%, this is going to be an easy double up back to all-time highs. ZipTrader gave a 6-month price target of $40. ZipTrader gave a buy-in price of $21 and an ideal buy-in price of $20. Next up is SPCE, Virgin Galactic. Jack Spencer gave his thoughts on why SPCE has gone parabolic lately. One reason could be that they had 2 minor successful flights recently. Another reason could be the high short float. Another could be the FOMO due to Virgin Galactic saying that they want to get Richard Branson into space in Q1 of this year. All of that said, keep in mind that there is no fundamental value on the SPCE share price. This is a new startup and the value is 100% based upon future potential. So don't read into any of the news stories that mention fundamentals. Despite that, Jack Spencer thinks this has gone up too fast and won't be surprised if SPCE comes back down. Jack Spencer gave a buy-in price of $34 with an ideal buy-in price of $30. I will tell you that I bought SPCE 2 days ago and I continue to hold this stock. Next up is Splk. ZipTrader thinks Splk could get back to $210 in the next 6 to 8 months. He also reminded everyone that this is an ARK holding, and he said that as a long-term hold, Splk is an obvious buy. Next up is WKHS, Workhorse. This is an American commercial vehicle manufacturer getting into EVs. Jack Spencer is reminding us that Joe Biden said he would convert the entire federal government fleet of vehicles into electric vehicles. Combined with Workhorse having a high short interest and being a target for a possible short squeeze, this could go up a lot. But please be aware that Jack Spencer showed us that short interest is down to 21%, so it looks like a lot of the short sellers have already covered. This means WKHS is much less likely to see the crazy kind of gains that we saw in Gme, AMC, and others. If you are looking to open a new position, ZipTrader said anything under $30 is a good deal. Also, Jack Spencer is interviewing the CFO of Workhorse today, so we'll find out shortly what Workhorse has to say about what Biden said. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below if you were able to take advantage of any of the short squeezes today. And if you want to get some free stock, sign up for Webull through my link in the description below. For a few more days, they're going to give you 4 free stock. They're going to give me 1 free stock. Helps you out, also helps the channel out. And finally, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.